Arriving at the campsite, we knew we had to set up fairly quick because of the pending rain forecast. And here is a setup we did earlier, just like a cookery show. But then things took a turn for the worse as we saw the flood warnings for northeast of England and southwest, where we were in Devon.
Bernadette, raining, isn't it?
And as Slim Potato Head would say, the pending clouds of doom. Come on dogs, it's time to get you in with this on-off rain, any minute now. Here comes the rain. Right on cue. And we only just made it in, didn't we, Alfie and Kira? We did. And how long has it been raining since we got here?
Since 6 p.m. Monday afternoon.
It hasn't
Monday
stopped.
evening.
We've had record-breaking rain, which I've said that several times now, and it's raining again. I believe there's weather warnings all over England, in the Midlands, East Midlands. It has not stopped for 2 days now. And this isn't doing too good either. Day 3, and we're still raining. It hasn't stopped. 12, 24, 36, 48, or whatever. It hasn't stopped raining forever. The design of this A-frame camper, the Pennliner, is not like the A-liner style, whereas as I'm panning up here now, you can see that snug fit all the way to the ceiling wall, from the side wall to the ceiling, and that is because I don't have the springs that A-liner have, which determine this shape here to come out and down, and that leaves a gap, whereas we've had no problems with gaps at all, or any problems with the air coming through or water, not a jot. And it's the same on this side as well, nice snug fit. You A-liner people out there will know what I'm on about here, because yours doesn't fit. The A-liner style comes away from the wall to allow for the springs, as I said earlier. And then the other advantage of this design, if I come outside, is it's the Swiss cottage effect. That's what I'm calling it, the Swiss cottage effect. And if you see here, the overlap allows for drainage on both sides, and if you can see from here, you get the Swiss cottage, I call it the Swiss cottage effect, with the overhanging eaves, as you would call them. Now the only problem that they can cause is a little bit of venting in here. So Bernadette, take over.
You're probably wondering why we have these fluffy toys in the corner. What we have here is a venting gap, which does will let in cold air. If it's too cold, because we live in England and we usually have cold weather, we just plug it with that, and
there's a pig over that side.
Just toys from the kids when they were younger.
There you go, upcycling again. Whilst we've got a break in the rain, let me just show you around this event dome. This is the new acquisition, which is the same. We got this because it suits the dogs and matches the colour more or less bang on for the Pennliner. It's got side screens which you can blank off, which that one's blank, as you can see that one is blanked off and that one's blanked off. And it's not too bad to assemble actually, and it's not too big, and it hasn't blown away yet, which is good. Not blowing away is a good thing. And then what we got here, it's a nice little place for toot and flute. Another addition that I have on this camper are the valves. If you can see that, but it shows green if we're over 26 psi, which is standard for here. If it goes red, we're losing air. And it's a quick glance at the wheel, instead of getting a gauge out and testing it all, just a quick glance. Okay, so earlier I was showing you this little device, and you're all going to find out why it's called transit bracket now, because it fits here. As you can see the window, obviously without this, since it fits into its slots, without this transit bracket, that piece up there would smash the window. That's where it sits, nice and secure for transit. There's a couple of questions with regard to sealing when it's in transit. I'll deal with the sealing and the locking down in transit, but I'll deal with the sealing first. As you can see, we've got a bubble rubber. It's quite thick. It fits on the 3mm aluminium, and we use a base for it to seal into. And as you can see, that goes all the way across there, and that stops any water getting in, because we came down in a hurricane. As when you watch this video, you'll see how much rain we had, and not a drop came in. So now you're all wondering, how does that secure without the normal locks that you see on A-liner? Well, I'll show you. Here we have transit strap. I call it a transit strap, but it's basically a ratchet strap. Clips onto here. That's secure there. It also keeps the door closed as well. And then under here, as you can see, it's got pre-drilled holes in the galvanised chassis, because this is a galvanised chassis, which means it will never rust, or it shouldn't do, as long as you don't break the seal on it. And we didn't have to, because we've got a pre-drilled hole there. So what we do is you just lighten them up. Okay, here we go. Take a bit of slack out. And just ratchet up, in, and ratchet. Keep it straight. You don't want too much tension on it. I want it straight as possible. Okay, that's nice and tight. It's going nowhere. So keep that door shut, and the same on the other side, exactly the same. No holes to drill, already there for you.
Yeah, my name is Serenity Crane, and I'm a writer, a gymnast, an author, and one or two other things I do. But after talking to Mark, I'm absolutely convinced that Mark should replicate his Pennliner, because it's a fantastic camping machine. It really is. And what I've said to him, look, decide on a simple format to replicate so that you could do one a week.
And with that, I think we'll leave you with a few shots of the campsite and some more water. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Is that wet? Even snails are getting as high as they can get. Look at that. He's on a mission to nowhere. Where we go now?
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. If you like this video, put your thumbs up. Please feel free to leave comments
Below.
below. Do the comments.